All right, boys and girls, we're back at it with another Asmongold reaction. We're going to be looking at his videos with Tom Holman. So if you're not aware with him, I'm not either. I'm really not aware of him. I have exposure to him to one video, and that is the AOC video where he just like roasts her, destroys her, and leaves her a little like dumbfounded. So I'm sure he'll have a clip in this one. If not, you know, we can show it as well. But we really want to get into this one. I foresee it's going to be a funny video, So let's start it.
The guy. This is going to be the new guy in charge of the border. The Border Czar.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion.
Dude, is that Johnny Depp's lawyer? No way.
To deport 1 million people.
Dude, that looks like Johnny Depp's lawyer. This is Johnny Depp's lawyer, guys. You're telling me that's not the same person? That's not the same person. Dude, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. That looks like her. All right, let's get back into it.
A year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is like so like, he's just such a robot, dude. Like he just says what is needed to be said. I heard this guy is like hardcore. I heard he's like a badass. I think he was in the military or something. So like, or a cop or something. So that looks like a guy you don't want against you on the stand who's like going after you. It's like, yeah, why can't they just go together? Get them out of here. Fuck off. Both of you. The three of you. Get out of here.
So they're going with a pretty extreme approach.
And so the recommendation of
Here it is, guys. Here it is. This is what I was just talking about.
the many that you recommended family separation,
I recommend a zero tolerance.
which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was
She didn't know.
He was left dumbfounded, and she's like, zero tolerance. Hey, I will admit though, she's kind of hot.
What to say after that.
interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're
It's illegal to be in the country if you're not supposed to be here. That's literally a crime. That's literally a crime. Being undocumented is a legal thing. So that's why they can deport you, because it is illegal to be here. It's literally the definition of illegal immigrant.
into the country illegally is violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
So, man, we got the receipts. Yeah, okay. Yep, got it.
We have
This is a
approved
circus.
an agreement
This is a circus.
between, please respect the chair's authority. The
I
gentlewoman,
respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Holman.
You work for
excuse
me. I'm a taxpayer.
I've seen that look before, man. I've seen that look before. If you've ever pissed off your girlfriend before, you ever pissed off your mom before, or even a teacher, you've seen that look before.
I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
Man. And so you gonna slap him, she get mad. Yeah, they're getting real fucking mad about this.
My God.
The issue is those seeking asylum are waiting for their time for what people consider illegal. In my opinion, it's like, I think they should just follow the fucking law, right? I mean, if you can come over without that being against the law, then yeah, it's totally fine. But I think that a lot of people are tired of, as I said, the emotional blackmail and the insinuations that people are afraid of addressing legitimate issues. If you're
The law is the law, dog. Let's see it. Where's his full video of this? Let's check it out.
a lot of people are like super positive about this guy, because like as soon as those videos came out about him talking about like the deportations, everybody was supporting him. Not everybody, that's not
A lot
true,
of people.
but like he got a lot of support on social media.
You planning on deporting American citizens?
No, exactly not. Look, the view...
Dude, this guy should sue that other panel, because this frontal view versus his side view, the side view was not good. This guy looks like he's dropped 50 pounds. What happened?
It's like
Sorry, it's quiet.
Toys. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. President Trump has made it clear. We will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats.
I'll go back.
Are you planning on deporting American citizens?
No, exactly not. Look, the view, it's like Island of Misfit Toys. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. President Trump has made it clear. We will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first. And that's what the focus will be. And there's over 1.5 convicted criminal aliens in this country with final orders removal that we're going to be looking for. There's thousands of gang members, illegal alien gang members we're going to be looking for. Now, I'm going to say, if you're in the country illegally, you shouldn't feel comfortable. Absolutely not. I won't feel comfortable if I'm in the country illegally. If I'm in some other country illegally, I'm not going to be comfortable. You shouldn't be comfortable either, because when you...
This is the only place in the world, if you sneak into it, you like feel like you got your safe haven. Every other country, like I want to go to like other countries right now, but I don't think it's safe right now with all the like in the Middle East and stuff. I would love to check out like Egypt. I'd love to check out Israel. I'd love to, you know, I'd like to even go to Palestine. But like all these places, like you need to like, it's hard to get into these places sometimes. Like I was actually trying to fly into Israel because I wanted to see like, you know, I watched The Chosen, so I was like, you know, I want to go see where The Chosen, you know, where that life is. But I couldn't because of what's going on in Israel. So like everywhere else, like even if you go to Mexico, I have family in Mexico, and they told me that they were kicking white people out for being illegal. It was like such an ironic story, but like my family was like, yeah, these illegals need to leave, and I was like, wow, how it flips that quick.
Enter this country illegally, you have committed a crime. You are a criminal, and you're not off the table.
Man. Oh, man. One dude, yeah, this guy is, I wonder what's actually going to happen, if he's going to be able to, like, deport all these people or not. And then, oh, here's another one.
Run it again. And we know what happens to these children, Sean. And look, the illegal aliens coming across the border, people need to understand, 31% of women that make that journey get raped by criminal cartels. Jesus. Children get raped. I've talked to little girls as young as 9 that have been raped multiple times. These cartels are animals. And that's why President Trump's going to take them off the face of the earth. They have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world. And President Trump is committed to calling them terrorist organization and using the full might of the United States Special Operations to take them out. Run it again. And
that is crazy. He's invading Mexico. I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, I have no idea. Holy shit. Yeah, if he's going to use the military, like the U.S. military to get rid of the cartels, like, that would be fucking insane.
Let me ask.
Dude, it's crazy to think that what the next year could look like. Like, even if you support this, even if you are like, deport everybody, or if, I guess if you're against it, it's still going to look scary for you. But even if you're for this, like, there's so many people. I've always been like, when I was younger, like, you know, maybe 5-6 years ago, when I was in college, I was more liberal. I would always just say, let's make everybody legal and just start over. And I kind of had that opinion until the longest time, until probably Biden got into office, because just so many people came during Biden. But right now, it's just so many people. It's just going to be so difficult. Even if whatever path you want to go, let's make everybody legal. That's going to be so difficult. And if you want to deport everybody, that's going to be so difficult. No matter what path we're going to go, it's going to be a very crazy time. And like he said, if he involves the military, like if you have the National Guard taking down like people that are possibly American, and then you find out they're not American, like that's still kind of scary. Scary times, dog.
Do you like the idea of maybe giving a grace period where people that did not respect our laws, borders, sovereignty, that maybe you give them 2 or 3 months and you say you can self-report and we will help deport you. We will send you back to your home country. And if you do that, we'll put money.
Who's going to do that? Who's going to be like, me, come get me? Stupid.
In your pocket so you can rebuild your life. which would be a lot cheaper than paying for 3 nights at a 4-star hotel in New York and giving them a debit card. And in a year, after a year or 2 years or 3 years, whatever it is, you can then apply to come into the country legally. If you don't self-report deport, then you will never be given an opportunity at citizenship. And when you leave, you will never be invited back. You will never be able to apply to come into the country. Sound like a good idea or no?
Criminals and gang members get no grace period. But while we're
Oh my gosh, dude. This is going to be so hardcore. Like, this is World of Warcraft when people are like, hey, it's too easy. It's too easy. And then you get Mythic Plus, and then they're like, this is too hard. This is too hardcore, bro. What's going on? We just want to play. Like, oh my gosh, dude. This is going to be bad.
Bro, he's actually him. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Oh, that was good.
out prioritizing the public safety threats and national security threats, if you want to self-deport, you should self-deport because, again, we know who you are and we're going to come and find you. So if you want to self-deport, that's fine. But criminal
Dog, it's literally bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna motherfucking do, bro? Like, this is wild times. I think we're living in a movie. This is like, I need to unplug right now. Like, where is it? Where is it? Wake up. This is like unreal.
criminals and gang members, they get no favors from this administration. You came to this country illegally, which is a crime. You committed crimes against the United States citizens, some heinous crimes. You get no grace period, so we're coming for you. But for those others, the non-criminals, if you want to self-deport, I'm all for it. Because when they self-report, they can put their orders, put everything in order, their family business, if they got homes or whatever, they can put all that in order and leave with their family altogether. It makes perfect sense for the ones that are not criminals and not priorities.
How can you avoid getting separated? You can get deported together. Oh, God.
How are they going to get home? How do they get home?
Yeah.
They could take a bus. They could walk. I don't give a... Just get out of my country. That's going to be his response. I don't care. Just get out.
Well, the ones we're going to arrest, we won't put on an airplane and send them home. And the ones that want to go home on their own, they found their way across the world to come to the greatest nation on earth. They can find their way home. Either that,
Jesus Christ.
or I'll give them a free airline ticket that we put them on our airplane and we'll take them home. It's either way. It's up to them. If we arrest them, they come on our airplane, Sean. If they want to go on their own airplane, I welcome it.
Oh my God.
It's like nuts.
To that point, yes. Yeah, Border Czar is enjoying this so much. That's the thing, is you can tell that he's having a lot of fucking fun with this. Yeah, you put him in the spirit? Let me see if I can find the other one. I think this one's fucked up, isn't it? Yeah, this one's kind of fucked up.
Sure.
Mr. Holman.
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their...
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his...
Dude, what is this guy doing back there? Did you just see that? Was he casting a spell or something? What was that? Did you guys see that? He was like moving his mouth up and down. This guy's casting a spell.
And with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
You're into the country illegally is violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
Oh, man.
Probably not the right thing to say, but I was angry. Let me tell you why you're angry, because you or no one else in this room has seen what I've seen in my 34 years. You didn't stand in the back of the tractor trailer showing my 19 dead aliens that suffocated to death because the smuggler didn't care, including a 5-year-old boy. What do you think his last 30 minutes were like? I was there. I seen it, I smelled it, I saw it, and I had a 5-year-old boy at the time, and it changed me for the rest of my life. I've seen people who couldn't pay their smuggling fees get stabbed in the face 22 times. 31% of women are being raped crossing this border. Children are dying. Cartels are getting rich. Why am I angry? Because you haven't done anything to fix it. Nothing.
Man.
Dude, this is, I don't know how I feel. Like, of course, like, I want a strong border, right? But this guy is gonna go ham. This guy is gonna go hard. This guy, he seems like the Punisher, dude. Like, he has good intentions, but he's just gonna mow them all down, dude. Like, this is gonna be wild.
And you can tell that he's enjoying it. You know, like, I feel like he's enjoying it now that he finally, like, they're going to appoint him, and there's basically going to be like, no, I can't see how they're going to stop this guy. This guy definitely hates his country. True.
Mr. Holman, do
This guy hates the country.
you understand that the consequences of separation of many children will be lifelong trauma and carried across generations? Have we not learned from the internment of Japanese Americans? Mr. Holman, I'm a father. Do you have children? How can you possibly allow this to happen under your watch? Do you not care? Is it because these children don't look like children that are around you? I don't
speak. There we go. Yep.
You know why they have a brown guy to say this? And as a half brown guy, look, half brown. Credentials. As a half brown guy, I can say this. The reason why they have a brown guy up there with a little accent, like, hello, do you have any children yourself? You know, the reason why is so when they can throw that, why, are you racist? What are you, like, racist or something?
Is it because you're a racist?
get it. Mm-hmm. Have you ever held a deceased child in your arms?
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country. I've served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments
this is out of control.
as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member.
We agree on that.
Fix it. This room has seen what I've seen in my 34-year career.
Dude, this guy is cooking. This guy is going hard in the paint. I would be, if I wasn't illegal, remember credentials? I'm legal, bro. I'm legal. If I was illegal, I honestly, I'd be scared. I would be scared right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Career.
Very well.
No one has experienced what I've experienced. I've saw many dead bodies coming across this border. And you want to talk about the memo? This memo is one option to stop death. Not just about enforcing the law, stop death. If you want to legalize illegal immigration, good luck with that, because it's going to get a hell of a lot worse on that border. If you say, well, okay, from now on, there will be no consequence, no deterrence. It's not illegal to come to this country illegally. More families would come. 31% women would be raped. More children would die. We're a nation of laws. If you don't like it, sir, change it. You're the legislator. I'm the executive branch. And I've served my country honorably for 34 years. And I
think that what happened is that I don't understand why it's become like a legitimate position to think that illegal immigration is a good thing. But I think it's like one of those other examples of basically these opinions that I think that very, very few people actually think that you should get rid of borders or get rid of, any sort of immigration standards. But what's happened is that I think that there's a lot of emotional arguments and emotional thinking. Like, for example, like if you look at like the way that this guy was talking, I think that basically everything that he was saying is built off of emotion, implication, and insinuation, right? And so I think people are kind of...
That's a really good point what he's saying, because if you look at what's going on with the liberal left, the women primarily right now, it's 100% emotion. Like this whole these videos of women saying they're dry now. I'm dry, baby. I'm going to be dry for 4 years. None of you guys are getting laid. Well, joke's on you. We weren't before. sadly. And shaving their head and stuff. All this is all emotion based. The whole thing is emotion based. So what he's saying right there, I 100% agree with, because we see it right now. We see the crazy emotions on steroids right now, dog. It is crazy right there. If you're on Twitter, if you're on TikTok, it's a wild, wild west right now. It's crazy.
Tired of being talked down to and being like emotionally blackmailed into having opinions that they know are wrong. And I think that's what's happened a lot, is that I think that people have had their viewpoints framed in a way that makes them look like villains. And at a certain point, if you do that to people long enough, people will just accept being a villain. It's an appeal to emotion. Yeah, that's basically what's happened. And I think that's why you're seeing such a huge pushback on it right now. Yeah, it's having empathy. Well, I think that the problem is that the empathy is one-sided.
That person who just said it, whoever in the chat just said it's having empathy, that's exactly what he's talking about. That was the antithesis of what he is trying to say. That you have empathy, but in reality, it is the South Park episode. Have you guys seen that South Park episode where Randy Marsh has to go to the store and they get a Whole Foods, and then every time he goes, they're like, "Are you going to donate, sir?" And, "Oh, no, I donated yesterday." "Okay, this guy doesn't want to feed the homeless. This guy can't give us $5 for the homeless. Let me bag up his nice steaks." It's the exact same thing.
And this is the big issue, is that a lot of the people that ask for empathy, or they're like, "Oh, well, we want you to have empathy towards this," they don't have any empathy towards you. They're trying to weaponize your empathy against you to make you do things that they want you to do. It has nothing to do with empathy.
I'm the executive branch, and I've served my country honorably for 30.
All right, one more thing I want to throw in. What he just says is 100% true, right? And what we could see is right now with the TikTok and everything, the Twitter, you see that people are saying, "We hate Hispanic men. We hate black men now." This is not we, it's the liberal side. "We hate black men now. We hate Hispanic men. They are racist, misogynist. They didn't vote for Kamala because they're just bigots, racist, misogynist." And you're like, dude, they're Mexican, they're black. How are they racist? What, they're racist to blacks and Mexicans? Yeah, they hate blacks and Mexicans. Dude, they are black and Mexican. No, they hate them. They're racist, they're misogynist. And oh, those Arabs, man. We hate those Arabs now. Why do you hate? Why? Oh, they didn't vote for us, man. They're done. They're dead to us. That's what he's talking about, man.
34 years. And I will not sit here and have anybody say that I don't care about children because you're not the same color as my children. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like it's so tiresome to hear stuff like that be said. So fucking tiresome. Weaponized empathy, absolute garbage. Yeah, I think so. People love being lied to. No one likes reality. People that are more rational are in the minority. I think that you're definitely right that it's two brands of like emotional behavior, but I think that after a while, people get tired of one of them. So the facts over feelings party got butthurt over being called mean words. Well, yeah, nobody wants to be called mean words and be categorized as something that they're not and be told that they're a bad person. Why would somebody want to be called that? Of course that would make people mad. Yeah.
How many of you have been in a toxic relationship? And this is primarily, I guess it goes to both sexes. For the 2% of women who watch the channel, thank you so much. This also goes to you. But how many of you have been in a toxic relationship where you just like, I'm just going to say girlfriend because I'm a guy so I can relate to this story, okay? So if your girlfriend is talking to you and you're just like, "Oh my God." And then she goes, "Oh, you just don't care because of blah, blah, blah." And she starts talking down to you, belittling you in like an empathetic way. You don't have empathy for these people. You blah, 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 you blah, blah, blah this. And you're just like, "Oh my God, just shut up." You're right. I hate puppies. Okay, is that what you want to hear? Do you want me to say that? Just leave me alone. Who's been in that? Is it just me? Okay.
I mean, duh. Obviously.
Back to April 23rd of 2018, where there was an official recommendation to, quote, "pursue prosecution of all amenable adults who cross our border, quote, illegally," even though this applied to legal asylum seekers in practice, "including those presenting with a family unit between ports of entry in coordination with DOJ. Here is the memo that I would like to submit to the congressional record.
What is the date on that?
It is the memorandum for the Secretary from Homeland Security.
Date.
April 23rd, 2018, subject increasing prosecutions of immigration
I didn't see this part.
Without objection.
And so I looked at this memo, and it seems like this is the source of it. And it seems as though, Mr. Holman, that you are the author. It says here from yourself, Kevin Michalinen, and Francis Cisna. Is this correct? Did you sign the memo?
I'd have to see what you...
Give it
I'd be happy to.
Let me see it. Let me see the allegations. If I was AOC, I would have practiced that line a little more, so it'd been a little more concise and clear, and it looked like she looked a little clueless for a second.
Provide it. And we'll provide it over. But I would like to note that here it says the official recommendation. There were 3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Holman, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy.
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation.
What's she trying to say? This is what's been like very prevalent, and I think that like it's kind of what I was saying earlier, is that I think that there is a very big culture of the emotional blackmail and the insinuations that I think people are kind of tired of because they're very one-sided. So what she's doing is that she's framing what he's doing as like, oh, it's tearing apart families or something like that, when the logic is actually very simple. If you commit a crime and a person goes to jail, it tears them apart from their family. If you want to avoid that, don't commit crime. It's
basically, she's trying to make him look like a monster. She's trying to make him look like the bad guy. So, like he says, if you commit a crime, you go to jail. Because if I was a judge and I said, hey, this person committed this crime, I recommend they go to jail and they have the death penalty or incarcerated for the rest of their lives or whatever. That might be a harsh thing for me to say, but that is the process of the law. That is the process you go through. So her trying to manipulate it, like he's saying, making the empathy kind of thing, is trying to just get a gotcha moment.
very simple. Family separation is kind of fucked, though. Well, like, here's the problem, is that how do you solve that? How do you solve that without just simply not enforcing the laws? That's the issue. If you're committing crimes, like everybody knows coming over to the United States randomly is against the law. They know that they're doing it, and they do it. So, like...
They take the risk. They know what they're doing, and they take the risk. And if they get caught, there should be punishment. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So to say, hey, if you commit a crime and you know the outcome, if you get caught and then get caught, then the person who is punishing you is a monster because the punishment is harsh. That math ain't mathin'. You know what I mean?
Like, how is this our fault? How is this our problem to correct? It's not even a question.
Option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Yes, and I think the reason why a lot of people like this guy is he's giving, like, no bullshit answers to questions that are very emotionally charged and emotionally loaded. And I think people are tired of having empathy weaponized against them to make them act against their own best interests.
We're just ready to start living back in reality. People are tired. You know, I know I'm doing a reaction video to another YouTuber doing a reaction video, or Twitcher, whatever he wants to call himself, and doing a reaction video about this video, you know, but we want to start living in reality. We want more of the truth. We just want things to go straight forward for once. We just want it to be like X, Y, and Z, you know, A plus B equals C. We just want that again. A plus B equals C.
That's really what the issue is. And I think that, like, there's a certain degree of, as I was saying, like, emotional blackmail that's used in order to make people, like, afraid of saying what clearly should happen, because what should happen sometimes isn't a pretty thing. But the problem is that in a lot of cases, 2019, yeah, but what I'm saying is that this 2019, like, this event led to people being fed up with it. That's the issue. To a certain degree, yeah, absolutely. She's trying to frame it in a way that seems like he gave an order. He gave a recommendation, not an order. Yeah. It's also very straightforward answers. Yeah, and I think that's another thing.
It's called trying to demonize somebody. She's trying to demonize somebody, so therefore his credibility goes down in your eyes because he lacks empathy. Like he's saying, they're trying to weaponize your feelings. Everything is about feelings. Be the better person. Be the good person. Well, how does that make them feel? Their parents, their kids, blah, blah. It's all attack on your emotions and your feelings. Everything is feelings.
Thing that people are tired of is that the way that people tried to dishonestly frame questions and frame comments in a way that's inaccurate, I think that the average person probably can't notice that, but there's a lot of people that do. And this is also, by the way, this isn't, I don't want anybody to think this is like a partisan thing. I think this happens with everybody, is that if you're reframing what somebody's saying in a way that is inaccurate or unfair or misleading, I think that you are, there's another component to this too, is that when you do that to somebody, you also insult the intelligence of everybody who's watching you do it. Because
so a good example of what he's saying here, what he's trying to say here, is when you look at the mainstream media, you feel dumber watching it, or you feel insulted because you know that they're not telling you the truth. They're either fabricating the truth, they're misleading you, trying to propagandize you, they're trying to sway the opinion, and you could see that. We have been so, that's why CNN is losing views like that. They're just all these liberal media outlets are dropping, and the Republicans right now are gaining them. But if you guys are a little older here, like Asmon and myself, we're in the same age bracket, we remember when everybody hated the Republicans. We hated them. Why? Because we knew that Bush lied to get us into a war. We knew that the weapons of mass destruction was, oops, was a fairy tale, my bad. And we all knew that, and we didn't have the facts. We didn't know, but we all suspected it. We all kind of like inside, we're like, something feels wrong here. And that's when the hatred for the Republicans started. And that hatred has lasted for years because it was such a huge manipulation, a mistruth, and just straight up lie. So when you see people like this guy, was it Tom Holland, Tom Homan, telling you just straight up facts and just straight, like, here's the road, here's how we get there, you appreciate that, you respect that, because it's not, sugarcoating it. It's not trying to lie. He's just straight up saying, hey, A plus B equals C. And then when you see somebody like AOC saying, well, doesn't it get a little sad when B can't get enough of A? And it's just crazy, dude.
Is what you're basically saying is that you're so stupid that I can lie right in front of you and misrepresent this, and you're going to still go along with it. It's a form of strawmanning. So what you're saying is, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, strawman.
Zero tolerance was interpreted.
And you can see it in her eyes too. This guy is just straight up like, yeah, no, yeah. That's I've been there. Yeah, that's what I said. That's you. But you can see it. Well, not in her eyes right now because they're looking a little funky. But you can see it in her eyes. She looks kind of like confused. Like she's like, yeah. So this is like she's trying to like, she's not confident in what she's saying because she knows it's mistruth.
as the policy that separated children from their.
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York.
Somebody says, what crime have they committed? Seeking asylum is legal. Oh, they cover that.
And I arrested a father for domestic violence. I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with
The reason why she's pausing so much, right, is because she's trying to think. She knows she's in the wrong. She knows she's trying to manipulate, trying to propagandize. She's trying to change the truth into her narrative. She's trying to use the emotion card, the empathy card. She's trying to sway you. So she's trying to make sure she says the right things. That's why she has to stutter. That's why she needs to pause. That's why she has these long, because she's thinking of what she could try to say to convince everybody else, to try to get that gotcha moment, to try to get him to say something rude, something nasty. She's trying to get him to stumble.
Any crime.
This is for you.
When you're in the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Mr. Holman,
There it is.
Look,
please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Holman. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Holman, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness, one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Holman!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
Oh, there it is.
Man. And so you gonna slap him? She getting mad? Yeah, they're getting real fucking mad about this. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on. And, I don't know what to say. The issue is those seeking asylum are waiting for their time for what people consider illegal. In my opinion, it's like, I think they should just follow the fucking law, right? I mean, if you can come over without that being against the law, then yeah, it's totally fine. But I think that a lot of people are tired of, as I said, the emotional blackmail and the insinuations that people are afraid of addressing legitimate issues because they're worried that, they could get painted in a bad light by talking about it in a bad way. I would say that if you polled average people, like voters, I think that a super majority of people probably support what he's saying and what he's doing. Like, if I poll it in my chat, you're going to have most people in my chat that are going to say, yeah, we support him. Big surprise. Because everybody here is going to be watching and they're like going to have my viewpoint, which is kind of like, I also support this. So, yeah, big surprise. But I'm talking about like in a general sense. I think this is something that many people most people agree. Illegal immigrants aren't committing crimes. Yeah, exactly. Them being here is committing a crime. It's that simple.
All right, boys and girls, that's the video. So we this might be a good one to watch. I had mixed feelings about this guy. Like, I know what he did, I know what he did to get famous. Like, he was a insurance guy who got really rich with his money from insurance stuff, and then started buying his way into the public media. So, but he does have some good takes sometimes. So, that might be a good video to watch, guys. But that's all, guys. That's all we have for you. Some funny stuff here. It is unfortunate. Like, honestly, like, the outcome of this illegal immigration thing is going to be disastrous no matter what side you're on. Like, nobody wants to see people living in fear, but we also don't want illegal immigrants in this country, getting benefits, committing crimes. My family members, they had to sacrifice a lot to be here. I have an ex-girlfriend who's she's half Middle Eastern. Her family had to sacrifice a lot of money to pay to get into this country. So there's a lot of people out there that's why the immigrants and the Hispanics and all these people voted for Trump, because they're upset that it's like a slap to the face to them. They worked so hard to do it in the legal way. They paid so much money. They had to take so much schooling to pass the exams. And now they're just trying to give it away to everybody. So it is unfortunate, like whatever side you're on, guys, it is very unfortunate, the situation. But that guy seems like a hard ass, so we'll see what happens. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're gonna, like I said, I don't know if I said, I think I just said earlier, this channel is not supposed to be political. This is just supposed to be you know, the streamers I like to watch streamers too. So I just thought maybe we could, you know, make a community here. We could have some good conversations, and we've been having some great conversations in the chat, so I really appreciate it. We've been having some great conversations in the comments. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed it, and follow us on Twitch, and yeah, just hang out for some gaming streams. And you know, I'm just trying to make some friends here too, as much as I'm trying. Some of these comments probably don't want to be my friend, but hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to game, just trying to do some react videos, and like honestly just have some good conversations, have some friends, eventually get some people in the Discords, and you know, just hang out, you know, just have a good time. You know, the world's falling apart anyway, so might as well like try to make some friends and have a good time, you know. Enjoy the ride while we're going down. All right, guys, we have a couple videos coming out, probably another react video. Somebody sent me a Destiny one as well I have to react to. I really want to react to that one. And then we have some Call of Duty from our last stream on Twitch going to be posted. So, all right, guys, peace out. Thank you so much. See you next time.